We have all been there. You open an app for one thing and then a big 70% off banner pops up. And suddenly you're adding things to your cart like it's a race. Your brain starts acting like not buying would be foolish. Like, who walks away from a discount like that? And before you know it, it turns into this thought: if I don't do it now, I'm missing out on saving money. But let's be honest, most of the time, you're not really saving anything. You're just falling for the oldest trick in the book. So, today, let's talk about the on sale trap and why our logic disappears the moment a price gets crossed out. We have been conditioned to believe that a discount is a win, even when the product itself is something we will never use. I've been there too, buying things just because the deal looked too good to ignore. But once the box arrives and the excitement fades, you're left with a lower bank balance and more clutter. So, grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's pull back the curtain on how these brands actually play with our minds. The word sell is not really a discount anymore, it's more like a trigger. The moment we see a red tag, our brain reacts immediately. It doesn't matter if it's Republic Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, or some random flash sale. Every festival, every occasion now comes with a sale attached to it. Online, it's non-stop. Notifications, timers, last few hours left messages. And offline, it's banners, stickers, and big discount signs everywhere. Basically, you're constantly surrounded by the idea that now is the time to buy. And when you see it everywhere, online, offline, all at once, you don't really stop to question it. You just go with the flow. So the other day, I went grocery shopping. I bought my usual products, same brands, same quantity. There were discounts everywhere like buy one get one offer or 50% off, 80% off, all those sale terms. When I paid at the counter, I realized I paid the exact same amount I always pay. And no, I'm not complaining because I was expecting any difference, but it made me think, if I'm paying the same price for the same things, then what exactly is the discount doing? Now, this is not something random. There's an actual pricing trick happening here, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. This is called psychological pricing, and one of the most common techniques inside it is price anchoring. When you see a price like 2,999 rupees crossed out, that number quietly settles in your head as the real value. Even if you never plan to pay that much, your brain accepts it as the benchmark. So when the price below says 999 rupees, you're not judging 999 rupees on its own. You're comparing it to 2,999 rupees. That comparison creates something called perceived value. The product hasn't magically improved, but it feels like a great deal because your mind is reacting to the difference between two numbers, not the product itself. Now, let me add one more layer to this, something called decoy pricing. You will often see three options for a product instead of one. For example, a very basic version, a slightly expensive premium version, and one option that's clearly overpriced for what it offers. That overpriced option is not meant to be bought. It exists only to make the middle option feel smart and reasonable. So you don't think, do I need this? You think, okay, this one makes most sense. By the time you reach the price, your decision has already been guided. And that's the whole point. The crossed out price is not there to help you calculate. It's there to frame your decision before you even realize you are making one. Once you understand the pricing tricks, the next question becomes obvious. If you are saving so much money, how are the brands still making money? Because no business runs on charity. And if a massive sale genuinely benefited customers more than the brand, that brand simply wouldn't survive. Let's start with something very basic but very important. It's called inventory movement. Inventory movement simply means clearing products that are not selling fast enough. An unsold item sitting in a warehouse is basically stuck money for a brand. It takes up space, delays new stock, and it just sits there, not doing its job. So, when something doesn't sell at full price, brands don't get emotional about it. They discount it, bundle it, or push it during a sale. Not because the product suddenly become more valuable to you, but because it needs to move. Sales are simply the fastest way to clear slow stock without openly admitting this didn't sell the first time. Now comes the second concept, and this one works at the store level. It's called footfall. Footfall is about traffic, getting people into stores or onto apps. Because once you are already there, chances are you won't just buy one thing. Even if a discounted item has very little profit, the brand still benefits because more people walking in means more browsing, more comparisons, and more impulse added. The sell sign's real job is not the discount, it's getting you inside. Those sales are always paired with urgency, limited time, limited stock, last chance. That pressure creates urgency driven buying. You decide faster and question less. And this is where FOMO comes in, fear of missing out. It's not just an emotion, it's a sales tool. Many of the items being pushed during sales didn't sell earlier for a reason. The discount is not generosity, it's a way to move volume, free space, and reset inventory. So, when it feels like brands are helping you save money, what they're actually doing is optimizing their business. This is the part most of us don't think through properly. We assume a lower price automatically means a better decision. But a discount doesn't change the fact that money is still leaving your account. Here's a simple reality check. You didn't save 2000 rupees if you spent 999 rupees on something you were not planning to buy. That's not a profit, that's an expense. But sales train us to focus on the discount, not the spend. We look at how much we saved instead of how much actually left our bank account. And that shift is the real trap. This is how sales change behavior. They make you buy before you actually need the thing. They make spending feel justified just because the price is lower. And they make you buy things that were never on your list. The money doesn't stay with you, it just moves faster from your account to the checkout page. So, when someone says, at least I got it on sale, what they usually mean is, I justified the purchase after making it. Spending discounted money is still spending, and an unnecessary purchase doesn't become smart just because it was cheaper. That's the saving delusion. This is where discounts stop being about money and start becoming about ego. Because at some point, shopping is not about what you need, it's about how smart you feel buying it. There's a specific psychological reward attached to getting a good deal. In marketing, this is linked to ego reinforcement, the satisfaction of feeling like you outsmarted the system. The lower price doesn't just make the product attractive, it makes you feel clever, disciplined, and in control. That's the trap. Once your identity shifts to I'm a smart shopper, every discount starts feeling like proof of intelligence. You stop asking, do I actually need this? And you start asking, is this a good deal? And those two questions lead to very different outcomes. What happens next is what we call justification bias. The brain's habit of defending a decision after it's already made. You're no longer buying for utility, you're buying for the explanation. The discount becomes the reason, and the purchase feels responsible, even when it adds no real value. I used to fall into this myself. I'd pick up things I didn't really need just because they were on sale and it felt smart in the moment. But once I understood how these sales strategies actually work, I stopped. Now I only use discounts for things I already use regularly. If a product I genuinely need is about to finish and there's a sale coming up, I wait and buy it then. Not to stock up blindly, but because I was going to buy it anyway and paying a little less actually makes sense. That's the difference between using a discount and being used by one. Be honest. Do you think discount actually help you save money? Or do they mostly influence what you end up buying? I'd really like to know how you see it. Let me be clear. This is not about never shopping again. That's not realistic, and honestly, that's not the point. The point is, a sale should help you buy what you already plan to buy, not decide things for you. If something was already on your list and it happened to be discounted, great, that's a win. But when a random notification suddenly makes something feel urgent or exciting, that's usually not planning, that's reaction. And reactions are expensive. Not always in money, sometimes in clutter, regret, or that why did I even buy this feeling. One small habit changes everything here. Before adding something to the cart, just pause and ask, was I thinking about this before the sale started? If yes, fine. If no, also fine. Just close the app. Instead of fighting discount or trying to avoid them altogether, use the sale as a tool. Something that supports a decision you already made, not something that pushes you into a decision you didn't plan. The funny thing is, once you start shopping this way, sales don't disappear. They're still there, still offering lower prices. They just stop deciding for you. And you stop buying in the moment and start buying on your own terms. Realizing that a sale played you is not a bad thing. It's actually the first step towards a lighter, more intentional way of spending. Tell me what's the most useless things you have ever bought just because it was on sale. We have all done it, so don't be shy. Let's laugh at our bargain mistakes in the comments. And if this video gave you a small reality check, feel free to share it with that one friend who's always saving money by overspending. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.